Welcome back to another video, everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the option Greeks. I'm going to break down what are the Greeks. I'm going to break down the Greeks such as delta, gamma, theta, and vega, and why they're very, very important. So first and foremost, what are option Greeks? Option Greeks help us determine the premium price for options. So if you're wondering, all right, I figured out what makes a stock go up, options go up, option go down. This is why the premium fluctuates. But what are the moving factors behind the premium, right? What are these moving factors? Now, the moving factors behind the premium are known as the Greeks. The Greeks are what make up the option premium. Now, these are the four Greeks that we're going to cover. We're going to cover vega, theta, gamma, and delta. These four make up an option premium. So let's jump right into it and go over the first one. The first one is called delta. So delta shows potential change in option premium for every $1 move. This affects directly to the option premium. So based on each dollar move, the delta represents that the premium will move up X amount based on each $1 move, right? So for example, let's look at this right here. So in this situation, right, we have stock AMD. As we have stock AMD is trading for $32. You guys take a look right here. Stock AMD is trading at $32. Right now, the premium of stock AMD is $1. If the premium is $1, we can now see what the delta is. The delta is 50 cents. So what this means is if that AMD goes up $1, the delta will be added to the premium, meaning the premium will go up 50 cents. So for example, right here, AMD goes to $33. Since AMD goes to $33, our premium is now $1.50 because the delta was 50 cents. Right now, if let's say AMD went from $32 to maybe $31, our premium would go down by 50 cents. That's what the delta represents. It represents the amount the premium will move based on each $1 move. Right now, the stock doesn't have to move a full dollar for this to move. Let's just say that AMD goes to $32.50. If it moved up 50 cents, this might move up roughly close to 25 cents. So that also plays a huge role, and understanding the delta is very, very important when you are trading options. More breakdown of delta. So delta once again shows potential change in option premium for every $1 move. Based on each $1 move, delta shows us how much the premium will go up or down. Calls have a positive delta between 0 and 1. Puts have a negative delta between -1 and 0. Okay, so that's something you have to keep in mind. When you look at calls will have a positive delta, puts will have a negative delta, right? As the price of underlying increases, the delta gets added. So once again, as the stock goes up, the delta will increase to the premium, or if the stock goes down, the delta will decrease from the premium. As price of underlying increases, delta gets deducted. So it's very important to understand how the delta affects the underlying premium of the stock, right? Now, a few things to understand about delta is deeper in the money delta calls will be near $1 as expiration gets closer. If your option contract is in the money, right? And your delta calls will be near 1 as expiration gets closer. As you get closer to expiration, your delta calls will be near 1 if they are in the money. Out of the money, delta calls will be closer to 0 and won't react to price change in stock. So if your, let's say, option contract is out of the money, your calls will not fluctuate much in price because they're extremely out of the money, especially if they're close to expiration. So if let's say the stock is at $25 and let's say your expiration is tomorrow and your strike price is 30. Now, if the stock goes from 25 to 25.50, even if it moves up $1 or 50 cents, your premium is barely going to move because it is out of the money. It is not in the money. It is out of the money, so the premium will not get affected because the expiration is tomorrow. The same strike price delta for calls and puts will equal to 1. So these are things that you have to understand about delta. Next, we have something called gamma. So gamma is the rate of change of delta for every $1 move in underlying. So once again, gamma is the rate of change for every $1 move in the underlying stock, right? Delta is speed and gamma is acceleration, okay? Gamma will be a number between 0 and 1, right? So let me show you guys an example. So this is how gamma gets added. This is how gamma works. So let's say stock AMD is at $18, okay? As stock AMD is at $18, let's say the call premium is $1.50. And let's say the delta is 40 cents. So let's just focus on these three. Don't focus on gamma. Let's just focus on what we have covered. Now, if stock AMD goes from $18 to $19, how much does the premium increase? The premium increases from $1.40 to $1.90 because remember, delta is added to the premium for every $1 move. Because AMD went from $18 to $19 and moved $1, the call premium will move 40 cents. Now what the gamma does, the gamma says after each move, after each $1 move, the gamma will add to the delta. Meaning that if stock AMD goes from 19 to 20, instead of the premium adding 40 cents, it will combine the gamma into the delta, making the delta now 53 cents. So now on the next move, it will add 53 cents. On the first dollar move, it will add the existing delta, which is 40 cents. On the second move, gamma will be added to delta, so the move will now be 53 cents, and obviously so on. That's what the gamma does. Now, a few things to know about gamma. The closer the expiration means higher gamma. So if the expiration is close, that will mean that the gamma will be higher. Higher the gamma, more response to the premium to change in price. So if there's high gamma, that means the premium will react very aggressively to the price, right? High gamma is good for option buyer, but bad for option seller. So option buyers love high gamma, but for option seller, they hate gamma. At the money, premiums will have a more explosive response to price change due to gamma. These are very important things to understand. Now, if you guys look at here, here's another example. You can see delta and gamma for stock XYZ call with a $50 strike price, right? The strike price is at $50. Now, if the stock goes to 51, you can see the gamma, you can see the delta, you can see how it's all adding and minusing away, deducting away from the overall move. Very important to understand that. So once again, the stock is at $50, the delta is 50 cents, right? For every move up, you can see it's adding 10 cents, it's adding 8 cents, right? Now on every move down, depending on if you're buying a call, if you're buying a put, it's showing you the same exact move over and over again, right? That's the delta and that's the gamma. Next, we have something called theta. Theta represents time decay. It's the amount the price of calls and puts will decrease for 1 day change in time to expiration. It's good for option sellers, bad for option buyers. It's higher, there's higher theta at the money. Rate of decay increases as it gets closer to expiration. So basically, let's say your premium is $1 today. The stock is at $35. Let's say tomorrow the stock stays at 35 and nothing changes, but since the expiration, days to expiration is decreasing, your premium will decrease to maybe 90 cents. That's theta. Theta is time decay. So if the stock stays flat and the stock isn't moving in your direction, theta will slowly eat your premium away. Last one we have is called Vega. Vega measures an option's sensitivity to change in implied volatility. Higher Vega causes higher price and premium. This impacts out of the money premiums, and 1% change in IV will cause change of Vega from premium. So these four make up everything that you need to know about how options are created, right? Where the underlying prices are formed, what's looked at, what's not looked at, and these things all form. So if you take a look right here, you can see if you have 30 days until expiration, Vega is obviously low, but if you have 365 days expiration, Vega will obviously be very, very high, right? Understanding these are very important when you are trading options. Once again, understanding how the option is going to move, underlying how much it's going to move by $1, understanding what option premium you want to select. All of these things play a huge role when you are trading options.